Salute, everybody. Salute. Welcome to a special Tuesday night edition of the college football playoff countdown and the rankings, the revealing of the rankings. Salute to you, J. Cole. J. Cole,
How you
brother,
doing?
salute to you.
Absolute, Amos. How you doing? Are you doing?
I am doing glorious. It is so great to be a Georgia Bulldog. It
Yeah,
really
man.
is. It is a beautiful day in the peach state of Georgia. Let me go and do a quick salute here in the chat. Want to invite welcome Mr. Ron Wizardnat. He's an LSU fan. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you.
Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations. We'll see you in Atlanta. Scorpio lady, salute to you. Salute to you. Rider Day Prophet, salute to you. Sag Life. He says, I can't tell if he's an Alabama fan or a Georgia fan. BK Gunn, salute. His prediction is UGA, Ohio State, Michigan, and Oregon. That would be interesting. Alpha
That's my prediction.
disagrees. Yeah, Alpha disagrees. He says TCU and Oregon will be flipped, and TCU will be that fourth team. Um, Teran says, "Roll Tide, brother. Y'all days stick a fork in you." Stick a fork in you. Try again in 2023. Izetta, salute to you. Salute. Everybody salute
Well, let's
and
give him
welcome
credit. Let's give
once
him
again.
credit, Amos. He's a diehard.
Hmm.
He's a
Yeah, at
diehard
least he,
Tiger.
yeah, at least they're not like Florida, where they're all over the place. Florida fans all over the place. They're talking about the Dolphins one week, and the next week they're talking about the
The Yankees.
the Yankees, and then the next week they're talking about the Miami Heat, then the Orlando Magic. You know what I'm saying? Now they're on the Tampa Bay Lightning. So that's the only thing that's winning right now in the state of Florida is the Tampa Bay Lightning.
The Lightning. Wow.
Yeah. Brian Wood says, where do you think Tennessee will land? I from what I'm hearing, Mr. Woods, and welcome to the broadcast. From what I'm hearing is um they may land right outside the top four, but I would not be surprised if they are at number four. The three teams that I would not be surprised at landing at number four would be TCU, Oregon, or Tennessee. Okay, so TCU is undefeated, all right, but they've been barely winning. They've been stumbling in the wins, all right. They have not looked dominant. Okay,
Hmm.
the games that Tennessee won, they pretty much look dominant. That LSU win is huge. It is huge. It's looking huge now. All right, that and the way they went down into Baton Rouge and just dominated them, even though it was a 12 o'clock game, they went down there and just dominated LSU. Okay, now here's something that we did not discuss yesterday. There's a wild card in this thing. There are two teams that could be huge spoilers in this thing. And one is Ole Miss and the other one is Utah. Utah could derail the entire Pac 12 by upsetting Oregon next week. They can upset Oregon next week, and then they could go on to Vegas and upset either UCLA or USC. They could derail it. Notre Dame could also derail. Well, they could derail USC, which USC right now looks like the strongest possible candidate to where if it came down to a one-loss Pac-12 team versus a one-loss Tennessee team, I could see them because they are the Trojans and because they are a blue collar, they just, USC, that name. I can
Yeah.
see the committee saying, okay, all right, well, we can't leave a one-loss Pac-12 USC champion out. Salute, welcome, Nate the Great.
That's correct.
Welcome in.
That's correct.
LSU had no business at number 10, and they should have been around 13. Well, LSU is going to move up. They are going to move up in the polls. I would not be surprised if LSU is sitting somewhere around 6 or 7. 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
Clemson is going to drop tremendously. Bama is definitely going to drop. They're going to drop. I would say Bama. If Bama was at number 6 last week, they're going to drop somewhere around maybe 12, 13 or
10.
something. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, Jackie says go blue. She says go blue. Michigan is listen. All they got to do is keep winning. All Michigan has to do is keep winning, just
Yep.
win, baby. It's like the late great Al Davis said,
Just win.
yeah, just win. And we, I did my. And this is what I believe. What is it's going to look like? The top 4 is going to look like. Okay, now I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but this is what I pretty much thought that it would look like. And I did this earlier today. Um, Georgia at number 1, Ohio State at number 2, Michigan at number 3, TCU at number 4. Now, don't be surprised if they flipped. You know the committee can be unpredictable. You know they can be unpredictable. Will
Yeah.
they go? Will they be conservative and go the conservative route and do it this way, or will they shake it up a little bit? Okay. Will they penalize Ohio State for that lackluster performance against Northwestern? And will they flip Michigan and put Michigan at number 2 and Ohio State at number 3? All right. Will they leave Tennessee, or will they put Tennessee at number 4? Because when you're the number 1 team, you lose a game. All right. You don't really drop that far. But another thing that they're looking at is Tennessee got dominated the entire day. They got dominated the entire day. I mean, what do you think the chances that Tennessee lands at number 4, Jason?
Well, let's break it down. Let's look at what we're calling strength of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee beat Florida. Florida isn't really that good.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Alabama. Alabama isn't really that good. The LSU will help them, but LSU is shaky.
Mm-hmm.
So their quality wins aren't in this late in the season aren't so quality.
Mm-hmm.
Because these teams have proven to be not as thick as the competition as we would lead on to be for them to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point you have to throw Michigan and Ohio State in that mix until they play. So I think you have to. Okay, the playoff scenario gonna look like this. We know Ohio State and Michigan has to play each other. So I'd say
Mm-hmm.
Georgia 1, Ohio State 2. They're not moving Ohio State. Michigan 3, TCU 4, Oregon 5, Tennessee 6.
Okay. Now, you would drop Tennessee all the way to 6?
I would drop Tennessee to 6 because what I just explained. Let's look at the quality of wins.
Well,
That's
LSU, that win is looking a lot better right now because
yeah,
they beat Ole Miss, which
it is.
Ole Miss was inside the top 10 at the time they beat them, and they beat a number 6 ranked Bama team last week.
It is, but LSU still lost to Florida State. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now,
So,
will Florida State be ranked?
which,
Now, if Florida State lands inside the top 25 tonight,
uh-huh.
that's gonna, debunk
Yeah,
what, the theory. Okay, Florida State was a bad loss. It becomes a good loss.
because we're measuring the bar. What we in the rest of the nation is doing is measuring the bar of success based on Alabama, and Alabama is
Mm-hmm.
just really not that good. A lot of the games that they're winning, they're supposed to win those games. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
when you step back and look at it, okay, all right, Alabama is always going to be able to compete, but are they elite? And they're not.
Okay. Now,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Now the thing about it is now Bama's favored by almost 2 touchdowns Saturday. All right, on the road against Ole Miss. We know Nick Saban is tough coming off a loss.
Hmm.
I don't remember Nick Saban losing a game coming off a loss. Okay, so uh, right now, right now, you know, Bama lost by a field goal and they lost by a 2 point conversion. All right. So I'm not gonna say they're a terrible team. I'm just gonna say that they're a team that were beaten, barely beaten twice. They were barely beaten twice.
Yeah.
It was a the field goal was a lucky. It was lucky. All right. You know, it was a lucky field goal kick by the Tennessee kicker, and the 2 point play that Saban says he wasn't ready for. I don't see how you can't be ready for a 2 point conversion. I mean, you got to be ready for the unexpected. Um, then you almost had 12 men on the field. So either way, that could have went either way. You know, LSU, that was really a free play for LSU. LSU could have had another shot at the
Yeah.
2 point play. So I really blame that loss on the coaching staff, the Bama's coaching staff, more so the players. Okay. Um, I
Yeah.
don't think Bama is as bad. I don't think that Bama win. I think that Bama win is still good for their resume. I definitely think the LSU win is good for their resume, especially if Florida State lands somewhere between 20 and 25. Okay, so you can't say after that you can't say okay it's a bad loss. It's a good loss. So you know you've gotten beaten by two ranked college football ranked opponents. So that's
Well,
those are good losses. So
give
um
them their flowers. Give them their flowers because they could easily be sitting at 4 losses right about now.
yeah, yeah, you give yeah, absolutely. And but you know, a couple of teams could be sitting with Ohio State could be sitting with 2 losses. We could be sitting with 1 loss. I mean,
Uh,
Missouri had us on the ropes, but
yeah.
that's neither here or there. Tennessee has the best, well, I would say next to Oregon, the best loss. You lost to a number one ranked team on the road where Oregon went to Georgia, to Atlanta, which
Uh
was
huh.
a de facto home game for Georgia. So we don't know what could have happened if the game was played in, let's say, Seattle, or if the game was played in San Francisco. We don't know if Oregon would have, if that game would have been closer, or if Oregon would have beaten Georgia. So we might end up finding out on a neutral field, you know, you know, so we may see them in a rematch on a neutral field. But like I said, if they put Tennessee at 4, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be
Yeah. No.
mad, man. I mean, right now they have the number one strength of schedule. They're sitting at number one strength of schedule, but also TCU is undefeated and they're sitting with the number 3 strength of schedule, with and which they have 2 tough games on the road coming up. They have Texas coming up and they have Baylor coming up. They have to go to Austin this Saturday and then they have to go to Waco next Saturday. So
Yep.
yeah, it's going to be settled on the field. It is what it is. They're in Grapevine, Texas now, and they're getting ready to read the top 25 in here in a few minutes. Um, Let me ask you a question. Who would be your dark horse? Is there a team that we're not talking about right now that can end up in the top 4 come December?
Uh, I'd have to go. I'd have to go down to break down the conferences and look at the records and the schedule. If I'm going to select a dark horse, it would probably be Clemson.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know.
Okay. And that's a good pick. Let's just say if Notre Dame upsets USC in dominating fashion, okay? And let's just say if Clemson, now you got to remember now, North Carolina only has 1 loss. where will Clemson, I mean, where will North Carolina land? Well, how high will they move North Carolina up this week? So let's just say Clemson handles business and they beat the brakes off South Carolina by 4 or 5 touchdowns in the season finale, and they get North Carolina in Charlotte, which would be a de facto home game for North Carolina because Chapel Hill is not that far from Charlotte. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, if Clemson just destroys North Carolina in the ACC, do you see them considering putting Clemson back in the mix?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, I mean, Notre Dame and Clemson plays again, the game would be much different. You know, Clemson just came out. That was a flat game for them. They didn't compete. They didn't play well at all. But the Clemson's problem is they keep switching those quarterbacks. You know, at this point, you were undefeated with DJ. I don't get where you're going with it, buddy. You know, you want to take DJ out, but you're undefeated with him. So, you know, sometimes, hey, look, I mean, what game was that? Stetson Bennett had a bad game. What game was that?
Florida was his worst game.
Yeah, he had a bad game.
He had a terrible game against Florida.
Yeah. So, you know, those things happen, but, you know, that's neither here or there. I mean, that's on the coaching staff, but, yeah, I absolutely see them putting Clemson back into the playoff hunt. But right now they need someone to lose. If this Pac-12 shapes up and USC, you got Oregon, USC, UCLA. Those guys went out and maintained that one loss. Either one, they're most definitely going to get in.
Okay, let me ask you another scenario. How likely would it be? Let's just say, and this is a scenario everyone has to keep an eye on. Okay, and if I'm a Tennessee fan, this is what I'm having nightmares about. Say if Michigan and Ohio State continues to dominate their opponents, both of them continues to dominate their opponents, and if they meet up, all right, and Michigan goes into Columbus, Ohio, in the season finale, and they play to like 4 overtimes, and Michigan wins. Okay, they're revealing the top 25 now. Washington is at 25. Kentucky is at 24. That helps Georgia out. Florida State is at 23. Florida State, ladies and gentlemen, Florida State has entered the top 25. They are ranked 23. So that's not a bad loss by LSU. Listen, LSU fans I would be very happy about that. UCF is at 22. Illinois is still in the top 25. They're at 21. They didn't move hardly. They are still high on Illinois.
Did they lose?
7-2. Huh?
Did Illinois lose?
Yeah, they lost to Michigan State. That was a terrible loss.
Yeah.
That was a terrible loss. Okay, 20 is Notre Dame. All right, I thought they would move a little higher than that. 19, Kansas State. At number 18 is Texas. Number 17, Tulane. Number 16, NC State. Okay, now there you go. NC State has moved up. Keep an eye on that. Now, they are high on the ACC. This committee loves the ACC. Okay, so that's what Jason just said. And some of you in the chat, I see some of you laughing and you're poo-pooing on Clemson. All right, they are big on the ACC. North Carolina State moved up to number 16. This is, you know, it could happen. It could happen now. It could happen.
It's analytics. You have to understand football. You have to understand what's a good win, what's a good loss, ain't no such thing as a bad win, but what's a bad loss.
And you got to remember now, they lost at home. They lost on the road. All right. Now, North Carolina is at 15. Wow. At 14, Penn State. 13, Utah. That's huge. The number 12 team, UCLA. UCLA is at 12. Ole Miss
Yep.
is stuck at number 11. That's a shock right there.
Yeah.
They're still at
That's
number
crazy.
11. Okay, so here
They
we
don't get no
go.
respect.
Here we go. Here we go with the BS now. That means they still have Bama in the top 10.
Hmm.
Okay, they still have Bama in the top 10, which answers your question, Jason. Bama is still a good win for Tennessee. They're
Yeah.
going to get major capital. They're going to get major capital for that win. So you have LSU and Bama inside the top 10. All right. So at number 10 is Clemson. Now, if you can remember now in 2017, when we got blown out by Auburn late, it was in the middle of
Yeah.
November, we dropped down to number 10.
Uh-huh.
And we still made the playoffs. Okay, so keep an eye on that now.
Yeah. Yep.
They are number 10. So if Clemson's not out of this thing. So I mean, Tennessee fans, I would be a little nervous about that. The fact that they have Clemson so high right now. So Clemson is at 10. Salute to you, King Young 27. All right, just waiting on them to come on out with the rest. Bama didn't drop. Bama didn't hardly drop at all, if they dropped. I'm waiting on them to come with number 9. Joey Galloway is long-winded. The dude long-winded. Just waiting on them to come on with the rest of it. So this is a surprise right here. I thought Clemson would drop further than this. I just knew Clemson would probably be at 13, no higher than 13. But they are sitting at number 10. Bama is at number 9, ladies and gentlemen. Bama only dropped 3 spots. Bama is at number 9. So this tells me, man, that Tennessee could possibly be in that number 4 slot.
There's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
I mean, which would make sense because they don't believe. The only reason to do that is they don't believe those other conferences. They don't want to give Georgia a cakewalk to the national championship.
okay, at number 8 is USC. They're 8-1 at number 8. I thought that USC would be a little higher than that, but they got them at number 8. They're at number 8, but they're at a good spot. As long as you are inside the top 10 in early November, you could not ask for anything more. You pretty much control your own destiny. All you have to do is just keep winning. Just keep winning.
Yep.
That's all. Just keep winning. And USC listen, if you are inside the top 10, number 1, and you still have a chance to win your conference, you control your destiny to the playoffs. Now, Tennessee is different for Tennessee. They need a little help. They really need Ohio State to blow Michigan out, or vice versa. The worst thing that could happen for Tennessee is that Ohio State and Michigan play to a 3 or 4 overtime. That would be the worst nightmare for Tennessee right now. Or one loss TCU.
Yeah, screw those guys.
I'm just giving a sscenario. I mean, you know how I
Yeah.
feel personally about it. I'm just giving a scenario
Yeah.
because I'm hearing analysts still what they're basically saying, where they have an easy path. It worked out better for them to lose to Georgia, so they can know it does not, because there are too many teams still in it with 1 loss or undefeated.
Yep. That's mainly they fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We could get in the playoffs and play y'all on a neutral slot. play y'all on neutral side, and we're gonna put up 50 on you then. We ain't doing it Ashland, but we're gonna do it next time. Okay.
No, yeah, right. If that rainstorm wouldn't have came, I believe Georgia would have put 50 on them easily.
Blow them out.
Easily. Because Stetson Bennett was in the zone. He was in the zone Saturday.
Call me.
Yeah. Because when the sun was up and it was bone dry, they couldn't stop Georgia's offense. That's the problem. When you if my defense is good enough to slow you down, if both of us have good offenses, okay, and your offense is a little bit better than mine, but I have a much better defense than you, and I can slow you down more than you can slow me down, then I'm gonna beat you. Georgia's at number one. They're revealing the top 7 now. Georgia is at number one. Not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. I don't know why they started that way. I don't know why they play games at ESPN.
Yeah.
Ohio State is number 2. Michigan is number 3.
Yeah,
all right, it's looking like it's panning out the way. Let's see who's at number 4. See, this is where they play games at right here. See, they give you the obvious, and then they go to talking and running their mouth instead of just revealing the number 14.
Go ahead and put Oregon up there. We know it's Oregon.
TCU is number 4.
Okay. Yeah, not bad.
Okay, so I'm reading the chat and everything. X Jack A, they're high on TCU. They are high on TCU, and I'm telling you, TCU, if TCU can beat Texas and Baylor, I'm pretty much, if put it like this: if they go into Dallas 12-0, I think the committee could put them in there. Okay, Tennessee is number 5. All right, so we said that Tennessee would either be 4 or 5. So let's see who's at 6. Don't be surprised if it's LSU, Jason. Don't be surprised if it's LSU.
That's crazy. LSU number 7 got to be.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Salute, la, salute. Your Kentucky team is ranked in the top 25 again. Let's see. See, they play games on it. Come on and reveal the stuff.
Here comes the Tennessee fan. We're in because Michigan and Michigan and such got to play each other.
Well, the problem is that Pac-12, the Pac-12 champion got to lose. The Pac-12 champion cannot be sitting there with 1 loss. I'm telling all you Tennessee fans right now, if I'm going to see who falls at number 6. I want to see who falls at, because see, what's going to happen is if a Pac-12 team falls at number 6, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Okay, because the Pac-12, you have a 1-loss team with Oregon is at number 6. Okay, there you go.
Yep.
There you go. The fix is in. This committee, look, man, they're thinking about revenue. They're not thinking about sometimes the best. Sometimes it ain't about who the best team is. And LSU is at number 7. There we go. LSU is number 7, ladies and gentlemen. Oregon is number 6. Tennessee is number 5. Michigan is number 3. I'm sorry. Tennessee is number 5. TCU is number 4. Michigan is number 3. Ohio State is number 2. And Georgia Bulldogs, your defending national champions, are number 1. By a landslide. By a landslide, I mean every voter in the damn room voted Georgia number 1. It was unanimous. I'm looking at it. Unanimous. Unanimous.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, well,
Yeah.
what do you think? Clemson at 10, Bama at 9. I'm not. You know what? I'm okay with Bama at 9. I really am because it's a 2-point conversion. It ain't like they got beat
Yeah.
the way Tennessee. It ain't like they lost the way Clemson lost. And it ain't like they lost the way Tennessee lost. They barely lost. They barely lost the game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I do
That's true.
believe, yeah, and I do believe if that game would have went another overtime, because LSU, they had no answer for Bama's offense. Um, how do you feel about Ole Miss being at 11? Are you good
I
with
think
that?
that was. I think that's total. I think that's total disrespect. I think it's time. Ole Miss. Ole Miss. You should be offended. You should be offended because what? Ole Miss lost to LSU.
Yeah, they lost to
You know what I'm
LSU.
saying? They lost to LSU, dude. You know what I mean? These dudes were undefeated up into that, man.
Hmm.
You should Ole Miss. You should be feel totally disrespected. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Everybody else getting rankings off Bama. Hey, Ole Miss. Why not you?
Well, make no mistake about it. Like I said, it goes back to what I said earlier and at the top of the program. Just win, baby.
Just win.
If Ole Miss beats Bama, if Ole Miss beats Bama, okay, I LSU has 2 losses in the SEC. Okay, so if Ole Miss beats Bama and they win the Egg Bowl and take care of business against Mississippi State, all right, then they're in Atlanta.
Hmm.
They're in Atlanta. So everything that they're saying about LSU or what the possibilities for LSU could go to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So what I think what's happening is a lot of people just don't believe that Nick Saban will lose back-to-back games. That's something that has not happened. I don't think that has happened since he's been at Bama, unless it happened in 2007. You know,
Yeah.
that's the other than that, during the championship run, Nick Saban has never lost 2 games in a row. Now, if
Yeah.
you want to count, now some people say, "Well, Armando, what about 2013? What about the Kick Six and the Sugar Bowl?" Well, I don't necessarily count that, man, because you got to realize the damn Kick Six game was 2 days after Thanksgiving. All right, and then the damn Sugar Bowl was what January the 4th or the
Yeah.
5th or something like that. I mean, come on, you
I
know.
mean, hey, it's like this. Well, Bama's. I mean, well, they in a situation where they got to win out. You know.
Well, Bam out of it. That math,
Mm,
they're out of it.
yeah.
They are completely out of it. They have two. LSU has to lose twice. LSU would have to just. I mean, come on, they would have to lose to who they play. Arkansas.
Yeah, that's a possibility though.
They would have to lose to Arkansas, and they would have to lose to Texas A&M. I don't listen, man. I don't see this LSU. I don't see this LSU team losing to
Nah.
Arkansas. I don't see them, and I definitely don't see them losing to Texas A&M. They're getting a lot of players back healthy, and it's you know, got this one idiot saying he don't care about football. If you don't care about it, you don't come over here.
You don't care about what?
Some fool just came over and said something about we don't care about football. Okay, you don't care about
Oh.
football. Well, let me relieve you. Let me relieve you.
Yeah, well, buddy, I mean, you can go and watch hockey.
Yeah, they can go watch hockey or go watch the election returns. You know. But yeah, now let me ask you a question now. Oregon, are you good with them being at 6?
I'm good with that. Cause like truth be told, it's still a body of work that they have to do. They have to win out and they have to win their championship game simply because their conference hasn't been that that competitive. their conference is a little bit more competitive this season, but let's look at the Pac-12. So Pac-12 hasn't been really competitive like that. So, you know, the cure for everything is winning.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep.
Now, what about Clemson? Are you good with Clemson being where they are?
Yeah, because I mean, Clemson knew the dynamics of their situation. That's another conference.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting better, but that's another conference that's not really been that competitive. So they're not going to get the respect of the Big Tens and the SEC and other conferences.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not going to get the same respect.
Mm-hmm.
Clemson knew they had to be undefeated to achieve the goals that they're trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
So keep winning, and see where the chips fall.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not upset with how everything went. I will tell you this. I will tell everybody this. The fact that Clemson Clemson is still inside the top 10. Don't write them out. Don't write them out.
Yeah, no, not yet, not yet.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, I mean, can't count them out just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all know college football is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We all know it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I am really good with it. And for the fools that's coming in here saying that they're gonna hit the dislike button, the dislike button doesn't work on YouTube anymore. the dislike button doesn't work on YouTube anymore. I think they cut that out back in March. The dislike button doesn't. You go to anybody's post, you only see likes. You don't see the number of dislikes. You don't see the dislikes. So the dislike button doesn't work.
I'm gonna hit the dislike button.
Yeah. Some fool keep coming in saying some fool keep coming in saying, "Oh, we're gonna hit the dislike." Dislike button doesn't work on YouTube. It's just a group of it's just a group of trolls.
Must be Bama fans.
Yeah, some Bama bumpkins. Yeah.
Got to be Bama fans.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Exactly.
what you want to say? Oh, let's get on here. Even though Bama lost, no one can match the glory of Alabama. Okay.
Exactly. So yeah. Hey, I'm good with this, man. Georgia number 1, Ohio State number 2, Michigan number 3, TCU number 4, Tennessee number 5. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. And just let it play out. Let's just see where it goes from here and let it play on out. We're just gonna let it play on out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break for a quick commercial break here. And we're gonna come back with our final thoughts on the new rankings.
Wayfield Foods, offering the freshest fruits and vegetables and a wide variety of fresh cut meats. Fresh foods cooked daily. Wayfield Foods, great quality at an affordable price.
Atlanta, it's back for a limited time. This Is It Barbecue and Seafood has brought back its 2 for $25 package. That's 2 dinners, 2 large drinks, and 2 desserts for $25. Choose from delicious entrees like rib tips, barbecue chicken, tilapia, barbecue ribs, and many more. And for dessert, banana pudding or strawberry shortcake. Dine in or carry out for just $25.
Atlanta, franchise is now available. It's the Rib Tips. Real food for real people. This is it. Barbecue and Seafood announces our leaner, meatier, delicious new St. Louis style ribs. They're marinated, seasoned, and smoked to delicious perfection. Get your half slab today. Delicious sides, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, sweet potato souffle, and a homemade dessert. Strawberry shortcake, banana pudding, and peach cobbler with that extra crust. Order online at thisisitbbq.com. St. Louis style ribs.
Yeah. But I tell you, you made it when you got haters coming all at you like that. But yeah, man. Listen, they giving Oregon a lot of credit. Sometimes when you lose, the way you lose and who you lose to looks good.
Uh-huh.
It looks real good. Especially if you're losing to the number one ranked team.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What you count that as a good loss.
Mm-hmm.
Count that as a good loss.
Mm-hmm. A very good loss.
So maybe you could go hit the dislike button on that.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy.
Boy, I tell you, man. Boy. Haters come from everywhere.
Yes, sir. Just I'm a little bitter. Just a little bitter.
Mm-hmm. fools come in reporting because their team dropped in the rankings. Oh boy.
Man, that ginger sauce. Ooh, that peel, they're kind of hard to swallow, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Feel kind of hard to swallow.
They still talking about the dislike button. The dislike button doesn't work on YouTube anymore.
Well, just go ahead and hit it. That's your.
Yeah, you ain't got. Listen, any of you haters that want to hit dislike, if you want to, you'll see for yourself the dislike button doesn't work. Go ahead and hit the dislike button. Don't get mad at me because I'm reporting, what's being relayed to me. I'm reporting who's in the top 10 and who's not.
I'm just so scared. You're gonna go and hit the dislike button.
Man,
I'm shaking in my boots.
Exactly. It's crazy, boy. I tell you.
Hey, look, it's between Tennessee and Alabama. That's what's going on here.
Exactly.
We're gonna put up 50 on Georgia. Gonna put up 50. Yeah. Well, you only beat us. You only beat us by. You only beat us by 14.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, buddy. Talking about that garbage touchdown we gave you.
Mm-hmm.
So we can get the ball back and run the clock out. This game is over. It's time to end this.
Exactly. But now the Texas TCU, there are a lot of people are picking TCU to win that game. A lot of people are picking TCU to win that game. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
That's going to be a good game.
That's going to be a good game. You know what? TCU needs to treat every game because they don't have the luxury like Ohio State or Oregon or Clemson to have one loss and maybe still ease your way in there. TCU needs to treat these next 3 games like must win. Like this is an elimination. This is the playoff actually starts Saturday for TCU.
Because like these type of games, you know what I mean? Like, even though Texas is, it's not the Texas of old, it's just certain games that they get up for, and they like when they played against Bama, they were up for that game.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing against a ranked TCU. They will be up for this game in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
So it's TCU gonna have to play to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, talent-wise, I believe TCU is better.
Mm-hmm.
But this is one of those type of games where you're gonna have to stay ahead of the chains.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Get out here playing no game with Texas. I mean, hey, look, you gotta treat it like a business trip.
Mm-hmm.
Take notes from Will Muschamp and Kirby Smart. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's all business here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Take little guppies and put them in their place.
Mm-hmm.
That's the mentality that TCU has to have. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you're the big dog. You know, go in there and tell Tex, hey, look, Daddy's home. That needs to be your slogan. Put it on your helmet. Daddy's home.
Mm-hmm. That's what they have to do. They have to go in there with that attitude. They feel like, listen, Cincinnati was under that same type of pressure last year, and they took care of business. I remember they went into the championship game with Houston, and, and they had to take care of business.
Hmm.
You're in the situation where, unfortunately, you're a small program, you're a smaller program, you're not a blue blood. So the committee is going to penalize you for that. Then your out of conference schedule is not strong at all.
Yep.
So they're gonna they I don't know why fools feel like they have to announce what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do anything, just go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying?
God, buddy, you don't have. Hey, look, you don't. I mean, Seinfeld might be on.
Exactly.
Flip
These
it.
idiots don't have nothing else to do. They don't have
Hit it.
nothing else to do. If you're gonna report. If you're gonna hit the dislike, hit the dislike, hit the light, hit the light. But the
Look,
dislike button for those of you idiots, the dislike button does not work. It doesn't
you
work.
ain't, you ain't about to hit dislike anyway. That cricket phone don't allow you to.
Exactly. 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 But yeah, man, it's like this, Cincinnati had to go through it, so TCU go through it. TCU has to go through it, and once they get in it, then they'll earn their respect. Pretty
Yeah,
much, they'll earn their respect.
yeah. You earn your respect with winning.
Hmm.
Winning. You know. So, but I tell you one thing because what ended up happening, TCU wins out. Let's say this unfolds like this in this way.
Hmm.
TCU wins out. They get moved up to that number 3 spot.
Hmm.
The worst thing that for Tennessee fans is for y'all to have to play Georgia in that first game of the playoffs.
Hmm.
You might want to hope that they put you in that number 3 spot and you have to play someone other than Georgia because you play Georgia, but you're not going anywhere. Look, well, y'all beat Georgia, Alabama beat y'all in the SEC championship, then y'all beat them. Yeah, but y'all are not Alabama. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Hmm.
Y'all are not Alabama. Alabama could match Georgia talent wise. Look, ain't a bunch of receivers about the field gassing Georgia 4 and 5 star secondary.
Hmm. You must be traveling in a bad area now.
Blueprint. They don't want defense no more. It's, we proved it Saturday that a elite defense can shut down an elite offense.
Hmm.
Right or wrong?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yes. So, I mean, hey, everybody want to. Good God. Look, just respect the new dynasty, okay? We're going back to back.
They're upset. They're upset about that. It's nothing you can do about it. It's nothing you can do about it. Nothing, absolutely nothing you can do about it. It's just like, hell, I didn't want the Astros to win. I don't want the Astros to win. I was hoping somebody would stop them.
Me,
The Yankees, the Phillies. I was hoping somebody was gonna stop their ass
well,
from winning. But hell, it just is what it is. They want it. You can't stop it.
hey,
Hmm.
look, hey, you know what, Ants? I got a nice theme song from. Trying to keep it real with you, baby. Trying to let you know. 2 times in a row. 2 times in a row.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
Yes. You think we were arrogant? You think we're arrogant now? Just wait.
Hmm.
sir. Yes, sir. I love it.
So North Carolina is
And
at
that's a fact,
15.
Jack.
Exactly. North Carolina's at 15. North Carolina's at 15. NC State is at 16. Okay, so uh they're gonna end up playing each other. And I think the winner will move up in the rankings. And if Clemson continues to win, if Clemson, I put it like this: if Clemson beats South Carolina convincingly, then they're gonna move up in the polls. Clemson is not out of this thing. So when I asked you who was your dark horse team, I think that was a real good pick, right? The Clemson's not out of this thing because they're sitting right there at 10. I thought they would drop further than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's dark horse, but they still need teams to lose.
Yeah, they need TCU losing would help. The Pac-12 beating each other up would definitely help. So, yeah.
Yeah. So
So,
they gotta go. I mean, it's all between the lines. I mean, like right now, we got Mississippi State coming up. I mean, hey, look, get out here and play again. Get out here and play again.
Yeah, and that's the thing now. Georgia really has to go in that game, focus. They have to come with that same intensity that they came with Saturday. Now, yeah, it's easy to get up for the number one ranked team, especially when they're coming in your house with a lot of hype, and the media disrespecting you and telling everybody, that they're better than you and they're going to put up 50 points on you and they're going to do this and they're going to do that or whatever. But yeah, Georgia has to go into that game with the same intensity. Now what I was speaking on before the rankings came out, what if there's a situation where Michigan and Ohio State plays each other? The game goes into 3 or 4 overtime. Michigan defeats Ohio State. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So Ohio State is, I don't know where these idiots keep coming from. I tell you, I'm just gonna zap them as I go. And Ohio State is on the losing end of that. But if it's 4 overtimes, 3 or 4 overtimes, do you see the committee putting Tennessee in over a 1-loss Ohio State?
With this committee is a strong possibility. A very strong possibility that'll happen. It just depends on how Michigan loses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you were saying, it just depends on how they lose it. So it's back to that when we were talking about a good and bad loss.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If they get blowed out, of course, they're gonna put Tennessee above them. If it's a good game, they're gonna weigh it out. And Ohio State could get the nod.
Mm-hmm.
It's really all about this committee. You know what I'm saying? And like right now, this same committee that put Tennessee at number 1 over Georgia. So I mean, you have to consider that a strong possibility that's what they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be okay. Hey, look, we'll just disappoint you again.
Mm-hmm.
Just disappoint you again. But yeah, it's just. But see, Tennessee is not out of the woods because it's just like, okay, they're sitting here and they're riding a high horse. But I'm gonna be honest with you,
They have to be careful with Missouri.
Yeah, they have to be careful with Missouri.
Yeah,
they really do.
That could be a trap game, even though it's in Neyland. That could still be a trap game at home because it's that hangover factor.
Mm-hmm. 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 So you got to be ready. You got to be ready for what comes because it's the SEC. You can get beat. You can get beat any week
on any given Saturday. On any given Saturday. Yep. You're absolutely right. So, Yeah, and then they have to go to Columbia to play South
Uh-huh.
Carolina. I don't know if that game's going to be in the daytime or nighttime or whatever, but that's a dangerous situation to be in.
Yeah. I mean, especially if they take that defensive blueprint, if they got the athletes and they take that defensive blueprint that Georgia used, I mean, they're gonna give you problems.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
The key is
Exactly.
make
But
them one dimensional. Stop the run.
mhm. Now that's another thing. Now that's another thing. The blueprint is out because remember before Saturday, no one had an answer on how to stop that Tennessee offense. The
Yep.
blueprint is out there now. The blueprint. You take away the run game because remember now, they were the leading rushing team in the SEC. They were the number one rushing team in the SEC coming into Saturday.
Yep.
Okay. So if you take away the run and make them one dimensional,
Yep.
it's hey, ball game.
Take away what
So
they do well.
take away what they do well, and Missouri. Missouri has a defense now.
They do. They
It
really
has a
do. They really do.
mm-hmm.
So,
Missouri has a defense.
hey, look, I don't know about like, come on, Tennessee is not on this level where they have a ton of backups and players that's subbing in.
Mm-hmm.
That first unit, that Tennessee had, that's their unit. That's their bread and butter.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. That's it.
Hmm.
It is. It is. It is. And the thing about it is, one of their running backs is banged up. I think Smalls banged
Hmm.
up. He
Yeah.
got banged up Saturday. Yeah.
Called himself trying to come out there and drop his shoulder on our cornerback
No,
and
you
got
can't
laid
do that.
and got laid into.
Exactly. You can't do that. You you
Look,
can't do
look,
that. I tell you from experience, brother. You cannot be dropping your shoulder. And you got a bigger safety because Lassiter is a big dude.
hmm
Yeah, yeah.
hmm He,
He's
hey, he fucked around and found out, didn't he? Didn't
exactly.
he? He fucked around
Exactly.
and found out.
Hmm.
I mean, come out here with your little hot dogging if you want to, buddy.
Hmm.
Who? This ain't. Hey, look here. We ain't Alabama, okay? That's
Hmm.
what I want to tell them. We ain't Alabama.
Hmm.
Where y'all get this notion from? It's about to come in here and do we're coming to do this. We're coming to do that. Oh, okay. Okay, I love it. I love the confidence.
Exactly.
The conf-
Exactly. I tell you, man, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting now that the blueprint is out on how to stop that offense. Will Missouri follow the same blueprint that Georgia laid out for everyone? Will South Carolina follow that same blueprint that everyone has? That hey, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting because hey, Missouri has a defense. If you look at the games that Missouri has played, they don't give up many points.
yeah.
They do not give up many points. So that's another game that you want to keep an eye on this weekend as well. But that TCU Texas game, that right there is going to be the most watched game. That's going to be the most watched game. You're going to have LSU fans watching it. Tennessee fans are going to be watching it. UCLA, USC, Oregon fans are going to be watching it.
Yeah.
Clemson
Everybody.
fans are going to be watching. Everybody is praying for, with the exception of Ohio State, Michigan, and Georgia fans. Every other fan base is praying for TCU to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody will be tuned in.
Exactly.
We'll,
Exactly.
we'll be tuned in. So I mean, come on now. Let's everybody just be honest. We're talking about scenarios. et cetera, et cetera. But there's a lot of football still to be played.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is out of the woods yet.
Mm-hmm.
We still got SEC games on our schedule. Tennessee still has games on their schedule. Ohio State still has to play each other. And they
Mm-hmm.
and what they got 2 games in between them playing
Mm-hmm.
each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be sitting at the TV, either one of them. We'll be sitting there looking at the TV, and we're like, hey, you see Michigan losing to such and such, or you see Ohio State losing to such and such. So if that happens, hey, look, then it's cannibalism. They'll start. One of them loses, then that one that loses beats the other. You
Mm-hmm.
have a whole different scenario.
Well, I will tell you this: Ohio State will need to be careful with the Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be. They need to be very careful with Maryland when they travel to Maryland in a couple of weeks and play Maryland. I think they'll beat Maryland, but they need to be impressive. Ohio State, they don't need to have another game like what they had Saturday against
Yeah.
Northwestern. They need to be impressive, and they need to win these games impressively. Salute to you, smart mouth. Salute to you. Salute. Yeah, they need to be impressive with moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, like I say, Michigan. Then the thing about it is, like, you seen what they put Michigan in. Michigan right there on their heels, which I
Mm-hmm.
think Michigan needs to be ranked ahead of Ohio State. But hey,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna let them shape
Well,
that how.
yeah, it's gonna sort itself out. Just like I was telling Tony last Tuesday. What I'm saying it's all gonna work itself out. They're sitting right there 2-3. You could flip them, and it's not gonna change the fact that they're
Yeah.
gonna meet at the end of the year, and they're gonna decide it, and the winner is gonna move on and go on to the playoffs. I think uh the winner is definitely going to go on to Lucas Oil and blow Illinois out because that'll be the representative of the West.
Yeah.
So, you know, it doesn't matter. 2, 3, it really doesn't matter.
That's
It's
true.
yeah, it's just a number right now. It's just decoration right now. It doesn't really count until that first Sunday in December. That first Sunday in December, that's when it's really going to count there. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So it's been. I'm being. I give it props. It's been a great college football season up
Oh
until
yeah,
this
this
point.
is you couldn't ask for anything better. The Georgia fans, listen, you couldn't ask for this thing to play out any better. You couldn't ask for this thing to play out any better, any
Yeah.
better at all.
We were talking about this is off subject and everything. We
Mhm.
were talking about some people harassing you a few weeks here back.
Well, yeah, this individual, that's actually paying these people to harass me. He's on, he's on the docket. He has multiple charges pending against him. By he's basically been harassing females. He's been targeting females on YouTube, and they are about to they're actually coming together, and they're about to have charges filed on him. He's going to be headed back home.
Yeah, I mean,
He's going to be headed back home to the big house. Well, where he spent 10 years, he's going to be probably spending another 10 years there.
I love them kind. Ooh, I love them kind. I'll holler at you when I come up there. Tastes like chicken.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely. Definitely, brother. Definitely, brother. But yeah, what that old saying, brother. When you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yep.
And some people just don't understand that they have to find out the hard way. When they get that knock on the door, and it's like, about 2 or 3 cars parked outside.
Yeah.
And you got 3 or 4, uniform cops show up with them shiny badges and flashing in your face, and they say, "Hey, sir, you got to put your hands behind your back and come with us." That's when all the reality set in.
Yeah.
That's when all the reality set in right there.
Well, it's
When it's over.
usually when these situations occur,
Mhm.
idealists had plans for you that they didn't have plans for themselves. Let's say
Yeah.
let's say you're influential.
Mhm.
You have an influential thing going on. Well, you got some people like that want to use what you're doing to benefit themselves, and
Mhm.
when it doesn't go in that mannerism, these people get all bent out of shape and doing all type of crazy stuff and this, that. All right, man. I don't know. I just look at them. Like, all right, dude, whatever.
But at the same time, they're giving me views.
Hmm.
My thing is, if I don't like a person, and I don't, I just, the best way, if you want someone gone, or if you want their show to tank, don't watch them.
Hmm.
Don't watch them. When you come over and ghost watch, you're giving that person life. The person that you don't like, you are actually giving them views. When you
Yeah.
come over here and ghost watch me, or you troll me, or you type in the chat, you're actually putting money in my pockets.
It actually
But
makes
thank you.
it's like a soap opera.
Exactly.
It actually makes for good content. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
just like you need positive people, you need haters.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
And
just
look, hey, look, man, if you don't have haters, you're not doing your job. So I know I have been doing my job very well since March. You know this for yourself, Jay. I did not
Mhm.
have these many haters on Facebook. Out of here. Man, look, man, I just been over here since March, man. I have not, look, man, I didn't have these many haters on Facebook.
Yeah. I mean, you know how that go. You know how that go. Man, look, what I learned with this in
Mhm.
my lifetime. It was cause I mean I learned, yeah, we all have. You know what I mean? I don't want to make myself sound any different than anybody else. We all
Mhm.
have had run-ins with people, right?
Mhm.
And what I have learned is this: people entice these run-ins, right?
Mhm.
But when the run-in, my grandfather used to call it that Mike Tyson effect. Everybody got a plan till they get punched in the mouth.
Exactly.
So, and that's what would end up happening. I would act out. I'm like, okay, yeah, blah blah blah. And when they
Mhm.
feel one of them licks,
Mhm.
immediately there's a whole different in opinion about the situation, and that difference in opinion ended up, yeah, officer, he just came up here and he punched me in the face. I don't know what was going on.
Mhm.
So me, I learned. Oh yeah, now, but I'm not doing that.
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna entertain it.
Mhm. Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly, man. So hey, look, man. I know I'm doing my job over here, brother. I'm over here talking about football, and reporting the top 25, and hey, this rent free is all I can say. Rent free.
Hmm.
That's all I can say is rent free.
Well, we're not gonna use that slogan. That's what the Tennessee fans are using right now. And I don't want to emulate anything they have going on. You know what
Well,
I'm
I know they're not referring to the Georgia fan base.
saying? That's what they
Because
say. That's what they say.
we
We living
stacking
rent free.
look, man, we destroyed them, and we moving on. We on to Mississippi State.
That's my next post. Oh, hey, it's Tuesday. Hooker got sacked again.
Hmm.
Oh man. Yes,
Hmm.
sir. Yes, sir. It's all in good fun though. You need to keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, and what I mean, keep pushing forward.
Oh, always, always, brother. Oh, always, Always, brother. I mean, this. Listen, man. I'm like I told him, brother. I'm like Christopher Columbus. I'm colonizing this thing. I'm not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going anywhere. I don't planted the flag.
Yeah.
20 East is here to stay. 20 East is here to stay.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And so we took Facebook. We're gonna take YouTube. It's basically it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, how old D Truth doing?
Man, I mean, Auburn fans is on edge. They wonder who's gonna be the next head coach. Listen, they got some good candidates out there. You got what? You got Hugh Freeze, you got
He's
Lane Kiffin. I heard Lane Kiffin name in the mix. Luke Finkel's name is in the mix. And then you got Dion's name in the mix. You can't go wrong with either four because all four are hell of a recruiters. All four are proven winners. You can't go wrong at all.
With Auburn, we'll get in that conversation. With Auburn needs to focus on a recruiting-based coach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now, I don't know if Cadillac Williams can be the guy at Auburn. I mean, it'd be nice to, for someone that your alma mater, but he doesn't have the sexy resume like a Kirby or that guy that went to Miami, et cetera, et cetera. So when you break them down, and it's all about what direction
Mm-hmm.
does Auburn want to move in? Or
Mm-hmm.
do you want to continue to do the air raid, the spread, or do you want to move to a pistol?
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to do? What is really the people that's doing the hiring? What do you want to see Auburn do? Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. You sit down at the table. Okay, what direction? Do we want to focus more on defense, et
Mm-hmm.
cetera, et cetera? Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when you get your bases, okay, we want to focus more on defense. Now, okay, what's out here that's a defensive minded coach,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
now you talking about defensive minded coaches. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you the truth. You got one over there in Illinois that's making some noise.
Mm-hmm.
He was at Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's his name? Brent Bielema.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he doing this thing in Illinois though.
I mean,
I
Illinois,
think they don't hit him with a contract extension, but
Illinois,
Auburn got that money though.
Illinois, Auburn. Where you want to be at?
Well, he's a Big Ten guy. If it was anyone else, I think they could snap him. But Brett Bielema is a Big Ten guy, born and raised.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You believe what you're saying, or you do know? I
But
mean, I'm
you,
just.
but you also got to factor this in now, Jason.
Uh-huh.
Man, them boosters are a headache. I've been hearing it. I mean, listen, man. And I know people down in Auburn. No, but like I mean, them boosters stay. They put their noses in the head coach's business all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you gotta you gotta most definitely gotta
Mm-hmm.
get that situated.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely gotta get that situated.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but you're gonna need one of them coaches. You're gonna need one of them coaches to come in. You're gonna need one of them coaches to come in and basically put his foot down and straighten all that out.
Mm-hmm.
You need a coach.
Absolutely.
Need a coach with a little backbone.
Mm-hmm. I think
That's
I think Hugh Freeze would be a good fit. I think Hugh Freeze would be a damn good fit for Auburn.
yeah. But Hugh Freeze got that whiplash from the way Ole Miss did him. Cause you know what I mean, when all that stuff, when all that crap hit the fan, you know, they left him out there to dry. They hung him out there to dry now.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They hung him out there to dry.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, is he willing? You gotta ask, is he willing to get back into to that big time programs and dealing with all that drama and all that stuff right there? Which would it be better now because you got the NIL, those NIL things going on.
Mm-hmm.
But they, you know, look, they tried to cripple Hugh Freeze, man.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of things that was going on, man. I mean, they said it was prostitutes involved, and you know, man. I don't look, man. You might want to, hey, bro. You might want to go to YouTube later on tonight when you have some downtime and go actually research the entire story, bro. There was some things going on down there in the Grove, brother. There was some things going on down there.
Bottom line, there was some partying going on.
Yeah, bro. They did some partying down there, bro. It was some things they did. Listen, man. It was some hey, look, man. It was some things going on, bro. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, look, it ain't no different. It ain't no different than any other university. Some universities just know how to cover it up better.
Exactly.
Exactly. Instead of having these things on the campus, they being done at the penthouse at the Holiday Inn.
Exactly. You better believe it. Exactly. All right, bro. I'm gonna take a quick commercial break real quick here, man, and then we're gonna have our final thoughts.
Wayfield Foods, offering the freshest fruits and vegetables and a wide variety of fresh cut meats. Fresh foods cooked daily. Wayfield Foods, great quality at an affordable price.
Atlanta, it's back for a limited time. This Is It Barbecue and Seafood has brought back its 2 for $25 package. That's 2 dinners, 2 large drinks, and 2 desserts for $25. Choose from delicious entrees like rib tips, barbecue chicken, tilapia, barbecue ribs, and many more. And for dessert, banana pudding or strawberry shortcake. Dine in or carry out for just $25.
Atlanta, franchises now available. It's the Rib Tips.
Make your burger your style with delicious, hand-pressed, never-frozen AAA Angus beef and tons of fresh, tasty toppings. Fat Burger.
All righty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. So it's been an interesting week. It's been an interesting week of college football, and it's been an interesting night of these the new rankings. Some, you know, not really much of a surprise, but some teams landed it higher than I thought, you know, much higher than I thought they would land, and some teams didn't actually move as much as I thought they would move. But you know, all together, I mean, I'm pretty much good with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Ole Miss, you're being disrespected. Go and take your respect.
That's what they're gonna have to. And the best way to do it, not only do they not look, if they listen, for them to beat Bama coming off a loss, if they can do it by this is the thing, teams are winning against Bama. They're not really beating them. The way we did in Lucas Oil, we beat them.
Mm-hmm.
We beat them. You understand what I'm saying? They you know, Tennessee won against Bama. You know what I'm saying? LSU won against Bama. You know, we actually beat them. So, you know, if they would just beat them, and what I mean by beat them, I mean like by more than one touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beat them by more than one touchdown, and respect is earned, not given.
Yep. Yep. And all in all, final remark for me: go Dogs.
All righty, all right. Want to thank all of you for coming out and joining us on this Tuesday. College football playoff rankings revealed. We will be back here Saturday morning for the kickoff show. For Jason Trotman, I'm Armando Black. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. It's election night. So you all keep an eye on those election returns. I hope you got out and exercise your civic duty as an American citizen and cast your vote earlier today, or even in the early votings. All right. So everyone, thank you all for coming out. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. Love you. God bless you. Take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you. And go Dogs. I forgot. Go Dogs.
Buddha.